Hey everybody, it's your girl
Blog
Cy
Talk
Brown.
Radio.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Cy Brown, and I am so used to saying from the Cy Brown Morning Show, but the podcast is now the In Good Company podcast. I am so happy. We're going through this major rebranding, and it is just a pleasure to move our audience from where I started. Remember, we started this show together on June 26, 2008. Can you believe we've been podcasting that long? What's the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 8 years we've been podcasting. So I am just so happy. Today is the first show of our new season, the In Good Company podcast. And as you really look to the site, you can learn more about the new initiative. You can log on to ingoodcompany.pink. Yes, pink is one of the new extensions. I don't know. I guess people are running out of .coms, right? .com, .net, .org. So now there's this plethora of extensions. So we were able to nab ingoodcompany.pink. As you know, In Good Company is a daily podcast, and we have our online forum that provides real and relevant information to empower women who are just really working their butts off just for personal and professional success. I am proud to say this podcast is powered by the National Council of Women of the United States, and they are a 501c3 organization, and they have consultative status with the United Nations. So we are actually broadcasting from the UN. I need some like hand claps or bells or something to really make this super exciting. This is going to be a great season. Our listenership has continued to grow, and we are just taking this show to higher and higher heights. So thank you to everyone who has supported since day one. Today we have a very special guest. You all know this show has been just an advocacy outlet since it started. And I had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Michael Nelson, who's a friend of one of the show's producers, Stephanie Hammond-Tillett. She's been with us since day one as well. And he's the founder of this amazing product that's designed to help people in need of emergency assistance. So we know that there's such trauma. Sadly enough, a young lady I went to high school with was murdered here in New York City by her child's father. They were in an abusive relationship, and unfortunately, he slit her throat. And so when I learned about Mr. Nelson's program, his new products, I just thought it would be a really good opportunity to have him come on the show, talk about it. Now, of course, this is an extreme situation, but there's many other uses. So without further ado, I just want to bring him into the show. Mr. Nelson, are you there? Mr. Nelson, are you there?
Hi, Saida.
Hi, my friend. Welcome to the new season of the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you to all your listeners for tuning in.
Absolutely. This is wonderful. This is a new season for us, and you are our inaugural guest in the new format of In Good Company. We've been the Cy Brown Morning Show for years. So, maybe my ego had to be put to the side since it's not my namesake anymore, but it's all good.
I'm sure it's still very valuable.
Oh, yeah, it is. It holds a little something. It holds a little weight. I wanted to just get right into your product. It was so interesting, and I have to say, when we launched the In Good Company initiative, Stephanie brought to me M&Ms, where you gave us some M&Ms to give away in the gift bag. So thank you.
Right. Oh, you're welcome. Very welcome.
So tell my listeners just a little bit about the product, and then I want to get into some of its uses.
Okay, absolutely. So our mobile app is called Iudame. It's spelled Iudame. And Iudame in Spanish simply means help me. So our app that we designed is designed to help people in need of emergency assistance, like you mentioned. For example, if someone is sick or they're feeling very ill and they can't get help right away, if they can't dial 911 or they can't call family or friends to say, hey, I need help, they can simply go straight to our app, press the activate button, and it will notify 911 emergency services as well as 5 of their assigned family or friends and notify them that there's something wrong with the user, with whoever the individual is, and it tells them where they are. And if they're in motion, it tells them where they're going, what the direction is, so that help can get to them. For example, everybody's used to using 911, but 911, you have to kind of be in one location and say, hey, well, this is where I am, this is what's going on, and 911 will come to you. The thing about our app is it works in real time, where it constantly updates your emergency response team and lets them know, well, Michael was here 5 minutes ago, but he's here now. So please get to him,
Well, this is my question. So if it's an app, it's still based in your mobile device, yes?
It is, yes.
So, okay, God forbid something happened to me or to anybody. We don't want anything to happen to anybody. But so is it on the home screen? Tell me, so there's a situation occurs. Let's just use a situation occurs. The situation occurs and the person, because it can be a male, I'm just,
Absolutely.
I'm with pro-women, but it can be a male as well. So we have maybe a victim, or maybe we have somebody who just fell on ice in the snow. It's so snowy here in New York. So what do they do physically with their telephone to access this help?
So we recommend that when you do download the application that you do leave it on your home screen. And it's simply, if whatever the incident is happening, you simply press the app, it opens up, and you just press activate. And you don't have to do anything else. You can rest assured knowing that help is on the way.
So would I have to have my location feature turned on my phone? How would that work?
Absolutely. So the location feature is how we'll know where you are and where you're going, because, with privacy clauses, and we want to make sure we respect everyone's rights. We're not just going to tap into your location without your permission. So we do recommend that when you do have this application in your device, that your location information is active. Or when you do activate the app, it's going to ask you to activate your location. And we really don't want you to have to wait to activate that. We prefer that, it's already active.
So is there a cost for the app?
So currently we do have a 30-day free trial going on.
Okay.
When you download the app, it's free for 30 days.
That's the freemium model, right? That's what they call the freemium model? Okay.
The freemium model is free for 30 days, and then after 30 days, it's only $2. We're actually in
$2 a month, or just $2?
Yes, $2 a month. $2 a month.
Okay.
We're actually in discussions with some of our teammates, as well as some people that we might be bringing on board. We're hoping in the next month or so, or hopefully the next 2 months maybe, we might even be able to make the application totally free. We're trying to bring on some sponsorships and some partnerships to cover that cost of the development aspects, as well as the team that kind of keeps things running. So we're hoping to sooner than later, make that application totally free. So we're very excited.
Well, this is awesome. Is it for Android and for iOS, for iPhones?
For all iOS and Android devices. We even have it coded for the iWatch as well. So if you don't want to pull out your iPhone and notify, like, for example, if there's someone causing trouble, like you mentioned, young ladies, they go out, they have a good time, there may be an inappropriate gentleman somewhere nearby saying inappropriate comments or trying to cause some sort of trouble. And, if you bring out the phone, it might just, make things go from bad to worse. So if you do have one on iWatch, you can actually just simply press the app from the iWatch, and it activates the application and all the same features. It notifies 911 and your family and friends that there's trouble, and it lets them know your location.
So how will it know? Okay, so I think I heard you say at the top of the show, that there's 5 people. Are they like, do you pre-program those people once you download the app, or does your phone go automatically to the most frequently dialed? Like, how does that work?
No, so you would go in once you download the application, you set it up. You would you don't have to add 911, but you would add the 5 emergency contacts. We recommend that you add, people that you can rely on. And we also recommend that hopefully one of those people is a next door neighbor, just in case there's some trouble in your home, that they're close enough to get to you in a relatively short amount of time. So you would add the 5 contacts. You would select from your phone book or manually type in whoever you decide to add as your emergency service network. So
good. I have to ask, and I hope I'm not being too inquisitive, but what made you create the app? I'm hoping that you're going to say that most entrepreneurs start things because there was a need. There was an immediate need. I could not find this shoe, so I had somebody, or I couldn't find this style of bag, so I had somebody create it. Like I'm hoping to hear a good part, not that there was something sad that happened in your life, but I want to know what made you really create this, because this is an amazing opportunity.
I appreciate you saying so. Unfortunately, my motivation behind the creation of this product was a sad instance.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you want me to be honest?
Yeah, of course I do.
So the backstory behind that, a few years ago, my older sister, at the age of 32, had a massive heart attack and passed away.
32?
At the age of 32.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She had been working so hard. She was working 2 full-time jobs. She literally had just graduated a week before as an RN. So she was going to school full-time, working for 2 jobs full-time, and she had 2 beautiful kids. And she was a single parent.
Oh, man. How old were her children? Are her children?
At the time, I believe one was about 4.
Oh, my gosh, that's a baby. 4 years old is a baby.
The other one was probably about 9 or 11.
Oh, that's
9.
school age. Oh, these are little ones. Oh, my God, my prayers go to them.
So the thing was, she had gone jogging, with one of her daughters, the older one. Maybe she was about 10 at the time. And then she came home, she made dinner, fed them, bathed them, put them to bed. And she was on the phone with my mom and my sister, because she lived in Florida. And we're all in New York. And she said, hey, I'm about to jump in the shower. I'll call you guys back. A substantial amount of time had passed and no one had heard from her. She called back really late in a panic, saying that she had just woken up at the bottom of the tub. And she didn't know how she had gotten there or what had happened. But the hot water from the shower actually scalded her awake.
Whoa.
Yeah, so she called in a panic. My family told her, call 911 right away. And she said, well, I have to figure out what to do with my kids, so I'm going to call my husband or their father and have him come over and watch the kids and then I'll call 911 and go. She called him and let him know. He said he was coming right over. He'll be there in 5 minutes. Told her to leave the door open, and when he got there, he found her unresponsive on the couch.
Wow.
What we found out later on, and this is kind of where the motivation of the project goes in, is that her next-door neighbor was an EMT, and he was at home.
Oh,
and we
wow. So he could have helped.
He could have helped. So, we can't be 100% certain, but we believe deep down that if she was able to say to him, hey, listen, something's wrong. I don't know what's going on. Just do me a favor, keep an eye on me until, emergency services gets here. We can't be sure, but we deeply believe that she would probably still be here.
You can never be sure, but, I think that it's about taking precautions. And, even me, we move, we're here in New York City. I'm jumping off the train, looking at my phone, and there was some nutcase about a week or 2 weeks ago slashing people in the face. And when I was watching it on the 11 o'clock news, they interviewed one of the, well, they all survived, but they just had massive stitches. And the news commentator said, you know, what happened? And the lady said, I was reading my phone, I was looking at something in my phone, and he just came up and slashed me. And my husband looked at me and said, I told you to stay off that phone. You know, you never know, and it's about taking precautions. And, you know, out of a melancholy situation, hopefully this device can now save lives. And that's really the spirit in which I'm sharing this with my audience. Like, this is a really good app to download. It's $2 a month, and the first month is free. So we're going to be promoting it on our site. We're going to be putting links and encouraging all of the women, you know, and men too, but to download it and use it. Do you have any final things that you would like to share with the listeners today?
Well, I mean, I just want to say it's definitely an app for you know, for any situation, whether it's fire, emergency, medical, emergency, police emergency. We even have a feature where if you have school-aged children, and let's say, you know, it's 3:00 and your child is supposed to be home and they're not, and 4:00 they're still not home, 5:00 they're still not home. We've created a feature where you can actually go into your app and you would have had to have previously synchronized it to the app in your child's phone, and you can actually locate where your child is based on the location of their device.
Oh, wow.
And if there's any reason for you to be concerned, you can actually activate the panic or the emergency request for help from your child's device. So police and the network of emergency responders will go to where the child's device or where the child is. You know.
Wow, this is great.
You know, they say every 45 seconds someone goes missing in the U.S. alone.
Wow.
Every 45 seconds. Just think about that. We've been on this call for about 18 minutes. Well, 15 minutes more or less. But every 45 seconds of this call, someone was abducted or has gone missing.
Wow. That's a very sobering statistic. That's a very sobering statistic. Well, I'm glad that you thought it not robbery to share with my audience this wonderful app. You could tell I go to church. Thought it not robbery. But just, you know, I thank you for coming on. Thank you so much. And we are here to support you, the whole In Good Company family, the whole Cy Brown Morning Show. And we wish you the best of luck with your app. Thank you.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And thank you to all your listeners. Stay safe.
Absolutely. Always remember that we shall pass through this world but once. Therefore, that we can do, or any kindness that we can show to any human being, let us do it now. Let us not defer or neglect it, for we shall not pass this way again. Thank you so much for listening to kick off the new season of the show, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.